So this use case is I'm a researcher or clinician interested in a gene and want to know if it's been associated with a fusion event in the context, say, of a specific disease or otherwise in any context. If I just broadly say I'm interested in ALK fusions in the context of lymphoma, I'd perform that disease gene search as you see here. I'd go back to the genetic mechanism pane and click on the fusion events, and in this case I would enable all, and I would submit with my chosen filters. And one of the first things that you see here, if you weren't familiar with this disease in the keyword sentences, is this EML4 ALK fusion. And if I were to toggle very rapidly through all of the papers that talk about fusion events in the context of ALK and lymphoma, you'd see EML4 ALK recur. And if now I'm interested in specifically focusing in on those papers that talk about EML4 and ALK in the context of fusion events, I can switch to advanced search as I've just done here, which allows you to perform multi-parametric searches. And in this case, if I'm interested in typing in, searching for EML4 in addition to ALK in these papers, there's a Boolean operator here that I can toggle. So OR would be inclusive of any mention of either of those genes, and would be the overlap between mentions of ALK and EML4. If I perform that search with the fusion event filter, now I've really focused in on and prioritized the references that are most relevant to fusion events for EML4 and ALK. And again, if you're interested in the most seminal paper that talks about that fusion event, you can see that the EML4 ALK Nature paper, in this case in the context of lung cancer.